Thanks, Greg. I apologize for that. Let me start all over. I can't believe I do that sometimes. I should just never turn that off. Well, hi, welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff. And today's going to be part one of the Live Friends apartment, set number 10292. And it's basically a set that's split. You've got Chandler and Joey's apartment here, and Monica and Rachel's here. And I hope you guys are hearing me now. Hope you guys are hearing me okay now. So anyway, let's go ahead and start building. Are you able to hear me now? I actually thought this set would be harder to get. It really wasn't that hard. Here's Joey. I was expecting there to be a much longer line. There wasn't. There was only about 20 people. So it made it very easy to get. And the reason I'm surprised is because Friends was such a popular show, for one. And the other reason is that the Central Perk, the other Friends set they did, was so popular. It was one of Lego's best-selling, actually. And here we go. There's Chandler. And I think they do a pretty good job of capturing the characters, especially because, I mean, after all, this is just a minifigure. And see. Okay, John says, Jeff, I'm sending you a video. It's about Kathleen Kennedy. I would love to hear it, especially if it's announcing that she's leaving for good. Anyway, sorry. Don't want to have any negativity in here. And Greg says, I'll bet the Daily Bugle will be hard to get. I bet it will. I'm actually kind of surprised because when I was at the store, right before they opened it, one of the employees was going around letting us know that you could pre-order the gauntlet, and I did not choose to do that. I don't have enough money to tie up for any period of time, so that was a no-go for me. I'm surprised they didn't do the same thing with the Daily Bugle, though, because that, I agree with you, Greg, that is going to be really hard to get. I'd be surprised. And you know, it's supposed to come out on August 1st. And let's see. August 1st is a Sunday. Yeah, on a weekend. I'm going to have to camp out at the store in order to get that. But because it's a weekend, I'll be able to. And I will. That's a set that I do not want to miss. And sorry, but I decided to taunt John a little bit today. I sent John a picture of the Discovery because the Lego store had it in stock, and it hasn't been on stock online, but it was in the store. So, and if you saw my earlier video, I was able to pick up 12 Pick-a-Brick cups, and I only need a few pieces out of one cup, not even the whole cup, just not even half the cup. So most of that's going to go directly into my store, which I am trying to... on Lego site it's June. Oh, okay. I might be getting mixed up with another set. Let's see. What day is June 1st? June 1st is a Tuesday. Even better. That means there won't be that many people there. Greg, you bet. I'm going to be there. And if I get it, I'm going to do a live stream starting that night and get that out of the way. And I don't mean it like that. I don't mean like I don't want to do it. I mean just right away, I'll throw it up there and we'll get started on it. Oh, we're talking about the Daily Bugle from Spider-Man. It's supposed to come out on June the 1st, and that's a Tuesday, and I plan on being there. What was the August 1st one coming out? I know I saw one August 1st. Regardless, I will be there whenever I can. And I have an announcement that might be a little premature. In fact, I know it is, but if you guys have watched my live streams, you probably remember me stating that I would like to get a place out in the country. A place that has a little bit of acreage and like a pole barn. Well, this morning I checked Facebook first thing, which I don't normally do. In fact, I don't check Facebook very often at all anymore. But for some reason, I don't know, guys, I checked Facebook first thing. And in my feed was a property for sale out in the country. But it's only about 10 minutes from my sister's house, who she lives out in the country. And this property's decent. It's got about 2 acres, a little less. And but it has a huge pole barn that's a little over 1,000 square feet. And when I saw that, all I heard in my mind was Lego room, Lego room. Of course, I'm sure my wife will have something to say about that, but that's okay. It had a second pole barn. The other one was smaller, but you know. And hello, Jenny. How's your day been? Oh, a pole barn, John, is just a barn that has like no supports on the inside because the poles are in the walls, and that's what holds up the whole thing. So there's no interference by any support beams in the middle. And like I said, this property has 2 pole barns. So I got a little adventurous today, and I called a real estate agent, and I have an appointment to see the property on Friday. So we will see. The property has been for sale for a while without any luck. So hopefully that means that if I do get a chance to get it, that it'll be a little cheaper because it's been sitting, but who knows. And really, I'm putting the cart before the horse because I have no idea. I have no idea. There are so many things that would have to go right for this to pan out that I really am getting ahead of myself. But the good news is Friday afternoon I will be able to do a walkthrough of the property, just take a look. And what does that mean, John? Frozen. Well, I'll let you guys know. You know, who knows? I might get there on Friday and not like the property at all. So, yeah, you know, well, like I said, there's a lot of things that have to go right in order for this to even go through. So, we'll see. All right, so we're building, it looks like a couple of chairs. The really cool thing about the property is that it's priced for less than what my house here is. And because my house has appreciated a lot in the last, well, a little over a year that I've been here, there is some equity to move from one property to the other. And because the other property is less than this one, my payments would actually be smaller than what I have here. And every little bit that's smaller means more wiggle room and more ability to grow my channel, among other things. So it's positive all the way around as far as I'm concerned. All right, so it looks like we're gonna put a little table there with a little bit of alcohol on there, and we get to put Joey in the chair and Chandler, and bag number 1 is done. Now we've got bag number 2, which looks like the beginnings of the apartment. And the only good thing about this is that possibly getting a place is that, and hear me out before you judge, I'm glad my mother is deaf, because she cannot hear me say that I'm looking for another place, because if she did hear that, I guarantee you 10,000% that my phone would be going off with text messages, and I would be hearing all kinds of things about, oh, when are you moving? Even though I haven't seen the place yet. So, you know, there are some small, little quiet miracles in life, and my mom not being able to hear is one of them right now. And John, how's your day been? Greg, how's your day been? And Jenny, how's your day been? And anybody who's lurking, how's your day been? Oh, did you guys see the other Lego set that was leaked today? It is a minifigure set that it has a bunch of minifigures, all different colors, lined up, and there's like the same colored tiles behind them, or yeah, tiles. So I think that looks, I mean, I've seen a picture of it. I think it looks really cool. And Greg says thunderstorms all around me. Yeah. Do you like thunderstorms? I personally do. I think they're awesome, and I love watching them, especially when it's dark. I'm not afraid of them. I actually think they're majestic and awesome. I love the fact that nature has that power. Well, not if it destroys things, but Ash Powell, the rainbow figures, minifigures. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I think that is going to look so cool. And that's definitely what I'm going to get. Not sure I'll do a live stream on that one, but I'll definitely get it. So it seems like LEGO's been quite busy lately with all these announcements of all these new sets coming out. It's very, to me, I think it's very awesome that they've been working this hard at putting out quality content, and I look forward to it. The Daily Bugle, as I've mentioned before, my middle daughter, she loved Spider-Man growing up, and so when I showed her that, I mean, she told me flat out she's getting it, and I think it'd be cool. And Greg says perfect sleeping weather. I agree, actually. It doesn't bother me at all. Thunderstorms are awesome. And Ash says monochrome. It's on my list to buy. Good to hear that. I'm sincerely glad I'm not the only one that finds that one awesome. And it kind of goes along with, if you guys knew, remember they did the free that free set a while back. That was the Lego minifigure factory, and it's not like exactly the same, but I think it would go well with that one. I do have my own copy that I never opened, so maybe I'll open that up and we'll get that. And Ash says, I'm waiting to see what happens with Bricklink AFO Designer Program. Yeah, I would like to see that too. I'm a little surprised with Bricklink because I thought Lego would do more to upgrade the site, and I thought they would do just do more with it when they bought it. However, it doesn't really look like they're interested in doing too many upgrades, which is actually a shame, because Lego has the ability to invest money into it and to make it a much more friendlier website, as well as easier to use, more accurate, less. It has a lot of bugs to it, especially on the selling side. And speaking of bugs, today the website was not allowing people to. It would allow them to put stuff in their cart, but it wouldn't allow them to check out and actually buy it. And you would think that that wouldn't last all day, or nearly the whole day, with a company like Lego powering behind it. But unfortunately it did today. So I'm hoping Lego steps up their game on that part. I mean, they've done well with new sets, but the website has been a disappointment. Wow, they really did their job here, a good job of structuring this and layering it so that it's very much together and strong. And John says, congrats on the place. Well, if you're talking to me, John, not quite yet. I hope so. Don't get me wrong, but one step at a time. First, I'd have to like the place, then put an offer on it, and then they'd have to accept my offer, and then I would have to sell my home. However, I don't think selling this home would be too difficult. And when I talked to the real estate agent today, she said that the area I'm in is still sizzling hot. So hopefully that's really the case. All right, so now we're on bag number 3. And let's make sure, okay, yeah, it got turned on me. Make sure I get that right. And Jenny, if you're listening, John asked a question yesterday. Sorry, John, I'm putting you on the spot. He wanted to know if you used an Amish push mower for that 7.5 acres you got. Now, see, 7.5 acres, that's where it's at. That would be really nice to have. The place I'm looking at has a little under 2, so. So John says, so wait, you'll build there again? No, it's an existing home. It's a rambler like mine is, so it's most everything's on the main level. And it already has 2 outbuildings or pole barns, so I wouldn't have to build. Speaking of building, the neighborhood I'm in is not finished, and with lumber prices sky high right now, the builder has actually stopped building in this neighborhood for temporarily, so new houses are not available and not competition at the moment. So, oh, if you're talking about building Legos there, oh yeah, I'd have to. I'm gonna have to hire somebody though, because there's no way I can move these Legos all by myself. It was hard enough the first time getting it here, and I don't think I would really want to do that again, so I think I'd hire that out. And John, I did answer that. Will you build again, or is there a place already? Yeah, there is a place. And Greg says in 2 weeks I'll be in San Antonio. Now, is that more in the desert from where you're at in Houston, Greg? I admit my geography of Texas is not the best. So it looks like some sort of little refrigerator or something. John, lots of laugh tractor trailers. Well, I'm not that redneck. I'm a little. My porch hasn't killed 3 dogs, but once in a while you mow the grass, gotta let it get kind of high sometimes. You might find a new car. And no offense out there to anybody who considers themselves a redneck. I'm just joking. Remember the Alamo. Oh, I see. You're talking to Greg. Yes. Actually, I remember Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where he gets his bike gets stolen, and he goes see that psychic who tells him that his bike is at the Alamo in the basement. I can't be the only one that has seen that. And if I am, that's fine. Greg, I live on the Louisiana-Texas state line. John, I went to the Alamo, San Antonio, and the Riverwalk. I've only really ever been to Austin. I've been to Houston, and I've been to Corpus Christi. And I'll tell you what. Now, humidity's bad in Houston, I thought. But Corpus Christi, the humidity was even worse. And I'm sorry, I am just not a fan of humidity. So, y'all can keep that humidity to yourselves. That's why I live out in the desert now. But I didn't think it was bad looking. I mean, obviously everything's green because of humidity. It's just, wow, that's a lot, man. There were days in Corpus Christi when I was visiting that at lunchtime I had to change my shirt if I was outside too much. So it looks like we're focused on the kitchen right now. I like this kitchen so far. I like the little range, and I like the little sink here. I like how they use the pieces not on top, on the other side, and the little faucet there. And now we've got a little light, looks like, or something. John says Texas was hotter than Florida. Well, John, I think I've said I've never been to Florida, so I'll take your word for it. I'd love to go to Florida sometime. And speaking of which, my daughter, when she was here, mentioned that she wants to take her daughter, my granddaughter, to Disneyland for her birthday in the first part of July. So I don't know if we're really going to do that or not. At this point, it's just an idea. It's being kicked around. But I certainly would like to go to Disneyland. This would be my 4th time there in my life. And not a bad spot. I did hear that you have to buy your tickets for a specific day now. It used to be that they allowed military to just buy tickets and they were good for the whole season. It didn't matter which day, but because of COVID restrictions and how many people can be at the park at one time, they're now requiring you to actually select the day before you go. So we'll see what happens. It's on the horizon, hopefully. I think Disneyland's a fun place to be, so I love how you use these windows with the glass that is the same color as kitchen cabinets. That's actually a pretty cool idea. And next we got some bar stools coming up. At least they're not 3-legged. And come to think of it, man, we're almost at Memorial Day. And John says, good luck with that. I wouldn't trust the parks yet. Well, I don't want to say anything controversial, but all I'll say is I trust my immune system. And I've already been exposed to COVID, by the way. My son tested positive for it, so I'm really not that worried about it because of that. And Greg says, I want to go to Disney World. Yeah, that would be one to go to, too. And I have a daughter right now in Orlando. She won't be there much longer. She's actually moving back here. And I might be putting the cart before the horse, but she's actually talked to me about doing some videos so that I don't have to do them every day. I'm not really sure if that's going to work out. She's a little flaky, sorry to say. So, what do you expect from a 20-year-old? Not that I want to offend anybody who's 20, but my daughter is a typical 20-year-old. So you might just hear a video in the near future that says, hi, welcome to Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Amanda. We are on bag number 4. Cruising right along. We're right at 30 minutes. Really impressed with that because usually it's about 15 minutes a bag. So they let you tell you right here, choose between 3 sticker options for the whiteboard on the door. Okay, well, I like the one that says why. So we got the why. And so far, the internet is holding good. I've only had one little thing giving me a warning, but nothing saying that it actually cut out. So again, I am going to count my hillbilly fix, as I call it. I'm going to count that as a success. And yes, I do like saying the word hillbilly. And Greg, is there anything particular you want to see when you go to Disney World? Like the Epcot Center or something? Or is there a particular ride? Or is it just, in general, you want to experience Disneyland? And John, how far are you from Disney World? I'm sorry, I said Disneyland. I meant Disney World, Florida. John, how far are you from Disney World? And let's see. John says, "Why can't they do a terms of service bridge? Oh no, TOS bridge, engine transform Star Trek to place it. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool. And John, you could always build it and then submit it to the Lego Ideas and see if it gets 10,000 votes. And if it does, there's a chance that it'll become a Lego set. Now I say chance because, well, they don't guarantee it just because it gets 10,000 votes. And Greg says all of it, meaning he wants to experience all of Disney World. Not a bad plan. Yeah, I think I'd like to see the Epcot Center as it's supposed to be. Like the future of tomorrow or something like that. Although Epcot Center was built so long ago, I wonder how many times they've had to upgrade what's in it. And John says, I keep getting Disneyland and Disney World confused. Yeah, me too. And John says he's 3 hours from Disney World. All right. Well, that's a lot closer than I am. I am 10 hours from Disneyland. But still close enough that rather than buy plane tickets for all of us, since my daughter's going to be staying here anyway, she'll fly into here and then we will take a plane there. Or not a plane there, drive my truck. Gosh, I can't even think. And that's my fault. Told you guys I can't think of anything more than a couple minutes, man. Forget it. And John says it would get millions of votes. And John, I don't doubt you. I mean, Star Trek is just wildly popular, has been for years. I mean, shoot, you had the original series that ran for how many years? Then the Next Generation, and then all the movies. It's I know people don't like it when it gets compared to Star Wars, but you think about it, it's not the storyline, but it is similar to Star Wars in that it's multi-generational and that people have just grown up with it. And so I think there is a lot of support for something like that. And John says, I passed by it when I drove home from the train station. And if you don't mind me asking, John, how's your mom settling in Florida compared to where you guys used to be? I know you have other family down there, so I imagine she's liking it, or else she wouldn't have even wanted to go down there to begin with, but just wondering how she's doing. That is so cool. So we've got one of those foosball tables. And I love how they use the miniature statues as the little characters in here. That is too cool. And I'm sorry, Lego, but now that I see this idea, I am bound to copy it and put it somewhere else in my city, in a different house, because I have plenty of these little miniature, little figurine guys. So that would be an easy possibility. And John Kurtzman screwed up the franchise. Not another Kathleen Kennedy, is it? And the other side, Nikki says, ordered mine and should ship out soon. Can't wait. Yes, this is a great set. I'm already liking it, even though I don't have it together fully yet. Love this kitchen. So much detail to it. Oh, and I must have missed something because... Oh, no, I did not. Okay, all right. And I hope yours does arrive soon. There we go. Oh. Well, that's not good. But I like how they have it not straight. That is really cool. And I imagine this is going to be tough for the nails to put on without breaking. There we go. And as I was saying earlier, Nikki, I was really surprised that this set was not as hard to get, because when I stood in line for the last one, like the Discovery, or no, what was the last one? The last one was not the Discovery. Oh, R2-D2. When I stood in line for him, the store only got 200 of them. And I was literally number 198, so I barely got one. So, John says, Mom is doing good. Right now it's rough because she feels trapped taking care of my great niece while my nephew and his wife are busy during the day. Okay, all right. And I'm sorry to hear that, John. I do have some sympathies there, given that about a month ago, it was just me and my son here, and he's 17, and now it's my son and my granddaughter and me, and she's only 2. So that is rough to all of a sudden have that responsibility. And I know that you said that she's very young. And John says he is like Kathleen Kennedy of Star Trek. And Nikki says, more Star Wars fan. Yes, definitely have some Star Wars fans here. And also, Greg is a Marvel fan at least, and I believe DC Comics, because he has mentioned some of that too. Got a wide variety in here. And Jenny, who's a regular on here, she likes the brickheads things. I collect a lot of different Legos, but one thing I don't collect is the girlfriends that much. I'm just not into them. And not only that, I mean, you got to cut it off somewhere. There's just not enough money to go around. Or time. Because, I mean, I wouldn't even know what to do if I was able to buy them. I can't even barely get to what I have. Sorry. Some sort of allergy is making my nose itch a lot. No, my luck's just cat hair with the 2 cats running around here. So this apartment is going up real nice. I most likely will not be able to do a live stream tomorrow. I might be able to do one Friday, because Friday I'm viewing that house at 2 o'clock my time, and I usually do these 5 o'clock my time. So there's a good possibility I'll be able to pick this up on Friday, building this, and as well on Saturday should be another good day for doing more of this live stream. I'm into NASA Lego, says Nikki, and that is awesome. If you didn't see my live streams, I built the Discovery on a couple live streams. I think it was 4 of them. And in addition, I did a comparison video, like a review of it, and I did a comparison of all the different NASA rocket Legos that I have. And that has been my most viewed video yet. So if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to check it out. And John says, I'll be starting my journey with Lego and NASA. And yes, John, when you're ready, let me know. If I need to run down to my Lego store and get you a Discovery and ship it to you, I would be more than happy to. All right, so we are cruising on this, which I think is just super. Got another sticker to apply here. And kind of wish Amanda was here, my daughter, because she absolutely loves Friends, has always been a fan of theirs. Okay, so I have an extra piece, and that makes me nervous. So there it is. The smaller pieces, I know they always give you extra, but they don't usually give you big ones extra. Bag number 4 is done, and now we are working on bag number 5. And let's see. Nick says we'll check it out. Nikki, I'm sorry, says we'll check it out. Nikki says the closest Lego store is near me is far. Everything just online. Yeah. I don't know how far is far to you. If you wouldn't mind sharing how far that is. The only Lego store in the state of Utah is 45 minutes from here. So it's not far enough that it's out of reach, but it isn't close either. Now, when I lived in Virginia, I had 3 Lego stores within 30 minutes of me, and if I wanted to stretch that out to an hour, there was actually 5 Lego stores within an hour. So quite a switch, because I used to make a day of it and just go and get a bunch of pieces for my store. Not every Saturday, but when I did, I just made a big circle and picked up a bunch of sets. It was real nice. Of course, I don't have that ability now, and this Lego store knows me, and they don't like selling too much to me, so I have to go to like Walmart, Target, online, whatever I can get. And John says, thanks for the offer. I will do it soon. Don't want to not be able to get it because it might discontinue. Yeah, I think you do have a little bit of time, John. I would suspect you have about a year at least. But yeah, it'll be gone before you know it, because that happened to me, unfortunately, with the Ewok Village. I always meant to get it, and then I just never did. And by the time I said to myself, oh, I want to get it now, I went to the store, and yeah, it was discontinued. And when I looked online, it was already crazy prices. So I just never got it. Wasn't paying attention. I needed the brick with the hook in it, or the clip, or whatever you want to call it here. And let's see. Nikki says I use tweezers to apply the stickers. That's actually a good idea. I'll try that. Off camera first, but I will try that. And Nikki says, yeah, like 45 minutes, but that's a drive. And it is, no doubt. And if you like me and you suffer from road rage every time you get behind the wheel, you don't want to do it. And yes, I'm not exaggerating. I do not like driving. I'm normally a nice guy, but I don't know, man. You put me behind the wheel and I turn into a whole different person. So, no, I don't like driving. Not only that, I had a CDL at one time, commercial driver's license, and I've driven a lot, so I just don't like driving. Okay, so this is one of those spots I gotta pay attention a little bit. And John says, ooh, by the end of summer then. Yeah? Well, just let me know if you need it. And Nikki says, why was that? How is buying too much bad? You know, I don't understand that with Lego because it's a business. You would think they want you to buy every last Lego you had the dollar for so they could get your money. But they actually, on several sets, they'll only let you buy 2 of the same copy in one sitting. And because they're so far away, it's just not practical for me to do that. Now, when I lived in Virginia, well, first of all, I have a pickup truck. And it's got the 6.5 foot bed on it. And what we used to do is we used to go to the Lego store and my wife would get 2 and I would get 2. So we get 4 copies, and with 5 stores within an hour of each other, we used to be able to pick up 20 copies of anything, even with the limits. But I can't do that anymore. Sorry, I got something really itching my nose and it's just really bothering me. Feels like allergies. Greg, you're a homebody. Yeah, sure am at times. And John, some of these Star Wars sets are going for insane. Yes, they are. Insane amount of money. Look up set number 10030, the Star Destroyer, the original one. And talk about an insane price. Take a look at that, even at used. Exactly, that's business. Oh, limited amount, just like online. Yes, they really do. And you know, I have a Bricklink store, and I do not put a limit on what people can buy. I mean, my goodness, buy it all. I'm sure I'll find a way to get more. Okay, so we got some sort of light fixture here that goes in the window. And then we've got some other light fixture coming up. And John, have your family go with you and go at different times. Admittedly so, we used to do that. But now with just me and Spencer, and he doesn't ever want to go anywhere. Well, not with me. He'll go somewhere with his friends. But, you know, Dad's just not cool anymore, especially with my dad jokes. And I'm sorry, but I'm not stopping those dad jokes. Yeah, we don't do that anymore like we used to. And my one daughter used to call us the Lego Mafia because we used to do exactly what you're talking about, John. We hit them on a Saturday when they're real busy and just walk in and each one of us would buy the 2 limit, and we didn't do it all the time, but we did that. Usually just me and my wife. What was really funny was that one of the Lego employees, actually the store manager, heard my daughter call ourselves Lego Mafia, and he was pretty cool, and he was retiring, so he really didn't care. And I'm not going to use his name, so I don't want to get him in trouble. Well, it doesn't matter, he's retired now. But he used to let us buy over the limit sometimes. Not all the time, just depending on what his stock was like. And Nikki says, yeah. And John says, Java Cell Barge is 320. Yes. And I am very fortunate to own a copy of that. It is not put together. And Nikki says, I wonder what Lego thinks of these people reselling for hundreds of dollars. You know, I agree. You know, I wonder what they think. But on the other hand, I think, you know, if Lego would just mass produce these things and stop the artificial shortage, then they could wreck the secondary market and no one would be able to do it. But because they make this false scarcity of their own product, they kind of do it to themselves, really. And I mean, I don't like paying the secondary prices once something has gone out, and I tend to try to buy them before they go out. But the thing is, I can't always, and so usually if I don't get it, I don't get it. I don't get it on the secondary market. It's too expensive. And John says, Battle of Endor 362. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Ewok Village, yeah, 643. Yeah, it was, I think it was 249 when it was out. And I just can't, I can't do the $600. And the Rancor Pit 699 or 299, I actually own that. And So Many Sets Jabba's Palace 400, I have that one as well. It sits on top of the Rancor Pit. And that's a really, those two sets together are just, I think they're awesome. Looks like we got this yellow couch from the 70s, just kidding. Going here. Okay. And this goes almost up against the windows here. And Mos Eisley Cantina 349. Now, if you can get Mos Eisley Cantina through Lego right now, that's a miracle in itself. I've been signed up for the email for when it goes out of stock, when it comes back in stock, and I get the email, and sometimes I log in within an hour and it's already sold out online. So that has been very tricky, and that is a set I definitely want to get before it discontinues, because with the amount of demand they've had on that one, once it's gone, it is going to be so expensive, and I just will not buy it on the secondary market. And John said, I'd love to collect them all, but they're too expensive. Yeah, exactly. All right, so that does it for bag number 5. And we are sitting at 55 minutes almost, and that's about the max for my live streams, an hour. So let's just do a quick review so far. We've got the couple doors to the apartment here. And I think this is the actual door to the apartment, but anyway, we've got a couch, we've got a window with a light fixture, another light fixture, got a table with pizza and a newspaper, got the kitchen, the foosball table, and the book. Really like it so far. I think this is really cool. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will join me for the live stream on Friday to continue this. Be good to each other and stay safe out there, guys, and thank you for joining in. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys later.